Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
I know way too many girls that they're like they broke up with their ex-boyfriend and then the ex-boyfriend ends up going for like someone like way younger. We should be concerned, right? I feel like I know way too many girls where I'm like, "Oh yeah, my ex like actually broke up like was with an 18-year-old." And they're like, "Wait, same." Same? And we're like 24, like 23, 24 years old. What are you doing? And then like some of their exes are like older than them. They're like 26. And I'm like, "How is this universal? Are you guys sick? Like how is it how are we relating that much to something like that?" Cuz I have met multiple girls who have said that and they're like, "Yeah, no, it's really weird. Like all of a sudden I found him in like a college freshman dorm." One girl was like, "Yeah, I remember I saw that he was like hooking up with someone and I looked at her bio and it said class of like 2027." Class of 2027? Because how do you go from a girl who's like paying all her bills, working like a 9 to 5, and then to a girl that's like, "Hey babe, I'm going to the frat tonight"? I just don't understand.
I know you don't, so I'll explain it to you. He's dating whoever he wants because he doesn't care if she's paying the bills or not. That is one thing men are not really concerned when they're dating. Not a single man ever said, oh, she needs to make 500,000 a year. I hate to break it to you, but if he's 24 and she's 18, cry about it all you want, it's not a problem. They're both adults, they can do whatever they want.
Men who date with a 15 to 20 year age difference absolutely know that it's wrong, and you can never convince me otherwise.
I don't care enough to even try. You are in fact that unimportant to me. In fact, I would go as far as to say you're probably not important to anyone except yourself.
This is for the boys and the men. This is for you. I hope this video finds your For You page. You know what time it is? Don't scroll, I swear. Don't do it after I say this. It's Mental Health Awareness Month for you, for men. And you know what that means? I'm not saying you need to get all, like, sentimental. I'm not saying you need to get sentimental. I'm not saying you need to go to therapy. I'm not saying you need to talk about your feelings. I'm just saying we see you. And if you're struggling, take care of yourself. And it's okay to not be the strong and the steady all the time. You're a human too. And you're allowed to feel your feelings. Us girls, we do it all the time. And I know we act like we hate you. Sometimes, most of the time we do. But we love you way deep down. Not even way deep down. We love you and we appreciate you. And take care of yourself so that you can, yes, just take care of yourself.
So I can, what, receive all that hate you have for me for just being a man? I guess I'm just gonna have to go ahead and do that. But you know what, at least she tried. She was talking about Men's Mental Health Month and she could have ended the video before she said, oh, we still hate you but you need to do better or something. But she still tried, I guess.
Guys, can I just ask, like, are we still believing this? Well, yeah, I definitely don't. But who the f made this shit up? And when did we start following this actual bullshit of working 5, 6, 7 days in my case to be absolutely knackered, to go home, eat, which I'm very grateful for, sleep, which I'm also very grateful for, just to repeat it pretty much every day. Like, to earn money that generally pays for me to survive and live. If I'm lucky, I'll get a couple of holidays a year. Like, who made this absolute bullshit up? Can I just ask, like, what's going on? Who started this? Who started this absolute crap?
Well, men did. Yeah, you can actually blame us for this. We needed to ensure the survival of our species, so we did. And when we got that covered, we needed to make things better, not just for the ones we love, but for everyone around us. And so we started leaving our homes for longer, because when crop fields got bigger, we needed to be in them. And then we started going so deep underground that we saw the devil laughing at us, while all we could have done was pray for the entire thing not to fall on top of us. Then we started building so high into the the sky that you can see the top of the building from being on the ground. But if I'm completely fair, our biggest mistake was putting AC in those buildings, because it was at that point when women said everything a man can do, we can do better. So now we're in this stage of our lives.
Can we stop pushing this agenda that we as women need to save money and stop investing in ourselves and not spend money on ourselves so that we can reach our goals faster or level up in life? I feel like that actually does the opposite. When you realize how expensive you are and you do not settle and you have a standard, right? Like you like this skincare, so you're going to buy that skincare. It makes your skin feel the best. Like the drugstore stuff is not cutting it. You absolutely need to get your nails done because it makes you feel like a woman. It makes you feel beautiful. It makes you feel happy. You like getting matcha instead of an Americano. You like going to Pilates because it gets you your dream body and you leave every class feeling amazing and energized. Like these are things and standards in your life that you absolutely can't live without. I feel like when you get into this energy mode, you start to feel bad. You feel bad for yourself that everyone else can spend money on this and that, the things that you like to do, the things that make you feel happy. If you spend the money on yourself and you actually realize how expensive you are, you're going to find a way to make it happen no matter what.
Unless you're not expensive but poor instead. Being expensive only makes sense when you do have the money or when someone else is paying for you being expensive. A survey by Geobanking Rates found that 60% of women carry credit card debt with a range from hundreds to thousands of dollars. Women face a higher risk of bankruptcy than men. Women tend to experience more stress related to debt compared to men. So maybe save some money every now and again is not really a bad advice.
The reason why men hate this 4B women staying single thing now is because they have lost their trump card. You know, they were able to say before, well, you know, if you act like that or if you're like that, you're going to end up alone. You're going to be an old lonely cat lady. It's a thing that they could say when they're veering into territory that kind of exposes their latent misogyny. And now they don't have that.
Oh, but I do. You're gonna end up a lonely cat lady. And no, men never hated that 4B bald-headed thingy, cause we didn't have time to hate it. We couldn't stop laughing.
How many older women don't have any friends anymore? My sister and I were talking about this the other day. Like, wait, I don't have a life anymore. I don't have any friends. Like, there's no social engagement.
Well, that kind of sucks. But it's not because of your ladies don't even like each other. It's because, oh yeah, men. Because of course it's men. Maybe you ladies just 4B so hard that you don't have any friends now. I swear to God, I'm not going on TikTok just to find videos for doing this, but to also see what other bad things I've done today.
I completely agree. But here's what I want you to do for me. I want you to ask ChatGPT to estimate the average cost of a full-time, not even full-time, a 24/7 live-in nanny, one that does all of the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, the driving, and throw in a 24/7 live-in secretary on top of that. Then take that annual average cost of both the secretary and the live-in nanny and multiply that by, let's say, a conservative 10 years. And then come back here and let me know what that number is. And I'm just going to let you know it's probably a lot more than your sorry ass could ever afford.
Maybe or maybe not. But can someone please explain to me the difference between having someone living with me full-time or 24/7? Because I am kind of lost on that one. Regardless, having someone living with me that I have no romantic interest in would mean she's gonna have to pay rent, she's gonna have to pay half the bills, she's gonna pay for food, she's gonna pay for the repairs if something breaks in her room. But in case you're curious about why men don't worry about any of that, it's because we cook, we clean our homes when we're single, and we never expect to get a cookie for that. And when we're doing it in a marriage more often than you're doing it, we don't call it emotional labor, we're calling it being an adult.
Are these icks deal breakers?
This is my favorite question of all
Yes,
time.
sleeping in.
Sleeping in is for the girls.
I'm sorry. If you identify as a male, you are not sleeping in.
If you're a man and you are sleeping in past 9 p.m.,
It's like, why aren't you getting up and like working for your keys?
it's weird. It's like,
Why aren't you building a house?
Yeah, who let these two out of the kitchen?
if you're going to do that, it's a Sunday. Even a Saturday, I don't know.
Saying he's an alpha male.
Like, just don't say it.
If you say it, it means you're not.
You're not.
Vaping.
Oh, that is
is like an ultimate ick to me, and that's such a
Easy.
deal breaker. If
Yeah.
you're vaping or smoking,
Yeah.
for me, I'm out.
Too obsessed with their mom. Don't get it twisted. You can love your mom.
And you need to like treat her with respect.
You need to treat her with a lot of respect. But the guys who are like, oh, babe, like, I really want to take you out to this thing, but like, I gotta take my mom.
No, it's done. That's like weird.
These are so
This
funny
is
to
so,
me.
I'm having the time of my life.
When he can't find his keys for over 20 minutes.
No, that's so true. Something about a man losing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and being like, where is it? This is so funny. I can't.
I give it 5 minutes max. Anything past
Yeah.
that, I'm like, ick. Everyone misplaces things, but if it's more than 5 minutes, I'm out.
Acts like he's dying when he has a common cold.
I hate this so much. I
Yeah.
hate this, but I fear all men get so baby when they're sick.
They do.
One day in the life of being a woman.
In a woman's shoes.
Our hormones change every week, buddy.
Every week.
It's crazy.
Hear me correctly in how I say this.
Yeah.
When he's really loudly and performatively feminist.
It's
You
too
know what
much. I feel like a man that is like feminist actually doesn't speak a ton.
But you know what a man who's a real feminist does? He listens. Yeah, he listens.
God damn it, I guess I'm out. You do understand that no other type will touch you or even get near you, right?
Ooh, there's a lot to unpack here. Firstly, the reason that the right is winning over younger men is because most of you hate women. Let's just be very real. Let's get that out of the way. And most men don't like being held accountable. The reason that the far right is winning younger men over is because the far right, especially this red pill garbage, promises men results. The reason that the far right is winning young men over especially is because those men see themselves in these far right politicians, gurus, etc. Let's make that very clear. You all just continue to prove my point. Sorry, not sorry, but your feelings are not more important than our safety and our human rights. Like, this screams overtly sensitive in a bad way. And also, this is really condescending because I was a political science major.
Yeah, so was I when I used to watch TV. Since then I decided to think for myself. And speaking of being condescending and talking down to people, I know you don't see it because it's always harder to look at yourself, but you are the exact reason why men will never be on your side. It's not an accident that more than 60% of young men tend to be more conservative. It used to be by design, but now you realize that you lost them for good and you still don't know what to do about that. The reason why they're not on your side is because you kept yelling at them. And even now all you have for an argument is that the majority of them, if they're not on your side, they must hate women. Or maybe they saw what you did to the men before them. Maybe they saw you going into schools and forcing 10 years old to stand in front of their class and apologize for no other reason than they're just gonna grow up and be men. A lot of those young men you cry about saw that and they thought to themselves, that's not gonna be my son. I'm not gonna be on anyone's side who's gonna force my son to do that.
That's the place where you should never put your finger.
Wedding ring.
Alright, this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and I will see you in the next one.